Hey everyone, I just wanted to update you today on some of the progress I have made over the last couple of days in mostly working on the appearance. I didn't like some of what I had uh, put in initially for some of the pages with all the text boxes and so on because it worked fine for me on the computer when I'm typing numbers and so on, so I could test. But when you're messing around on the phone and you have to work with a pop-up and put numbers in, it's not very convenient. So I want to show you what I did with that to change it to make it a little more mobile device friendly. So I'm just loading into the game right now. I'll go ahead and collect my resources. I started a new account so I could test out the whole beginning again, and I gave myself a whole bunch of free resources so I wouldn't have any trouble building. But let's take a look first at military. So you see that the military page has changed quite a bit. There used to be text boxes instead of sliders, and there was a little more information. Like it would tell you how many you have, how many is on queue, and it would tell you like the cost here of like gold and weapons or whatever. But it was pretty messy and it wasn't very visually appealing, and it felt very cluttered as well. So I changed it around a bit. You'll see at the top, this is your weapons that you have. This is what's required for training. So when you go and you say, oh, I want to build some fleshwalkers, I could just increase that and it will calculate how much gold I'm going to need, how many of each of the weapons, and I can compare to see if I have enough. And of course, if I try to actually train that, it won't work. It'll give me a notification that I don't have enough. But you can actually like go with multiple units, and you can do a very fast kind of queuing of troops if you wanted to do so. But what I like is there are also a lot of people that would like to use a text box. It is nice to be able to choose exactly how many you want. And I know quite a few people out there that are like 301. I can't do 301. I have to do 300. So if you actually click that, you can input the old way and update it, and it will update everything. It'll all be reflected. So I do like the appearance of this quite a bit more. I still have these things that I still have to work on, put the descriptions and give a little more information. So you can always go into there. But I do like the way that this functions a lot better. There's also, you'll notice that the bottom looks a little different too. There's the update button where I could train my military. There's this one, I renamed it to castle, so it'll take you back to your castle. And then there's this little book here, and the book's purpose is to keep track of queued military from this page, because I didn't want to clutter too many text boxes and things here. I wanted a way to see what's coming and when it's going to arrive, but not so much in your face. I think there might be some negative stuff in here because I was messing around, but let's find out. Oh no, it looks good. So this is an hour, minute, and second format. So in about 12 hours, I will have 43 undead archers that will arrive. It will be completed training in 36 hours. I have 42 reanimated monstrosities. These are really big amounts of time, and that's some stuff I'm going to talk about later in other videos, how to play and how to do things effectively. The amount of time for your training is actually based on your buildings. So there are actually buildings, and when the building description gets updated a bit, you'll be able to mess around and see some of the things. But for example, you have training camps and warfare arenas, and the more you have compared to how much land you have, it will speed up your training, your training of specific troops. And I can already see that I have some issues with some of the stuff I was working on a few minutes ago. These things are overlapping, and that's not supposed to. It looked so much nicer. I must have done something wrong, but I will fix that. Still, though, you can see that the page itself with the sliders and so on, aside from the overlap here, it looks so much better, and it's a lot more fluid. And you can queue stuff and it'll reflect. You can kind of see it in the background here. but you can kind of see the reflection of the required gold and all that that is increasing. So I do really like some of these changes. I haven't worked on the queued part here, so the one that I'm currently working on right now is this one, which is why it's a little messy. And I am noticing that when I increase these numbers, it's supposed to decrease the amount of buildings you can build. So it's not actually factoring those in, and I'm going to have to make that change as well. But most of it looks okay. It just needs to be finished up. The other one that I did finish up and improve is the Armory, where you can make your weapons, all your weapons except for the animal that you use for your mounted troops. So it works about the same as the other ones. You have scrollers that will reflect how much you're going to be spending, and if you try to spend more than you have, then it won't let you. But I really like the format. I think it looks a lot cleaner than it did before, and you do have the queued page too, where you can see all the weapons coming in and when they are coming in. And that's about where I left off here. So let me know what you guys think. I think after this, after finishing up that building page, I'm going to, I'm going to clean that up. But after that, I think I'm going to start working on the magic. And magic is a very useful thing in this game. Any race can cast magic on other players, on themselves. There are beneficial magics and detrimental ones. So, for example, there'll be things like fireballs, and you could use your wizards to cast a fireball on an opponent, and what that would do is it would kill some of their population, and population is directly tied to the gold production. So if you have fewer population, then your gold production is going to go down, so it'll hurt your economy a little bit. But there is a natural population growth. Like if I just click here, you'll see that I will have gained some population. So it's not something that damages you irreparably, but it does set you back. So you will have less of a gold income for the short time that it takes to recover your population. They do kind of populate like bunnies, so you don't have to worry too much about that. But there's a lot of different kinds of magics. There are ones that affect you military with your military endeavors, like whether to maybe even increase the speed that it takes to march, or to teleport troops back, or to create a firewall around your keep or your castle, so that when you're attacked, the troops that are attacking you take additional losses. There are many different things like that. There are also beneficial ones, for example, to increase your agriculture so you produce more food, or to make it so that your population grows more quickly to kind of counter the fireball that might have happened to you. So there's a lot that can happen, and I don't think that one's going to be too difficult to implement. It might take me a week or so, and then I might get that one active. And then after that, I'll be looking probably at attacking and making that happen. That one's going to take more time because there's a lot involved in attacking and determining who wins and what you get. But I'm going to talk plenty about the attacking system in the future and how that will play out. And really, it'll take me quite a bit of time to explain how the game works, how you grow, and all that. So it's going to take a lot more to get in depth into how this is, but it is very robust already. It has a really solid plan, so I'm looking forward to telling you guys all about it in future videos. But that's all I've got for now, just a quick little update video, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.